Welcome back to Giant Freakin' Robot.
To peace!
Those of you who've been around for more than a minute probably remember the early days of superhero movies and how surprising it was when Marvel started including post-credits scenes. It felt like discovering some enormous secret that rewarded you for your patience by sharing huge news about the other upcoming movies. Those days are long gone. Marvel has ruined post-credit scenes. The post-credit scenes we once loved have devolved into being totally pointless. What was the last post-credit scene that actually felt like it was sharing important information about future movies? When Iron Man did it, it involved Nick Fury paying Tony Stark a visit to lay the groundwork for the Avengers group to be put together. It was a huge moment to cap off an already great standalone story. But now it feels like Marvel and even DC have just run out of things to say and are including scenes after the credits as some perfunctory gesture because they think fans expect it.
And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
It started getting bad as far back as 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy. The big payoff for audiences sticking around to the end of the credits of that movie was seeing Howard the Duck, who many people either don't know or don't care about. At the time, we gave that Howard the Duck post-credits cameo a pass because Guardians of the Galaxy was so packed with jokes overall that ending on what was basically a joke felt right. But it was a far cry from the excitement of other MCU post-credits scenes that gave us glimpses of Thanos' impending arrival. Since 2014, the post-credits Marvel disaster has snowballed. Now most post-credits scenes are spent promising things that are just never going to happen. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, showing more of Kang with the implication he will be returning in a major way. Except after that terrible movie, nobody wanted more of Kang, so it was like teasing us with the prospect of being further tortured. And even that is now pointless since the character has been sidelined in light of Jonathan Majors being fired. Or what about Justice League teasing Deathstroke for a future movie? Or Black Adam teasing the return of Henry Cavill as Superman? It has been such a long time since any post-credits scene amounted to anything meaningful that it's happening only out of tradition, a tradition that needs to be put aside. With the DCEU being rebooted, James Gunn should immediately distinguish the new DC movies from the MCU by not including anything after the credits. There was already so much criticism of DC trying to imitate Marvel, so why continue to play into it? And Marvel should start phasing the routine out as well. Post-credit scenes are no longer a fun little surprise, but something everyone knows is going to appear. The last great one was in Avengers Endgame simply because it did not have one. It did not diminish the impact of what had happened in the movie by making a joke or redirecting fans to think about some other upcoming movie. The cut to black was a surprise in itself, but one that clearly communicated the end of a chapter. That would have been a perfect stopping point for Marvel to end the tradition. Endgame was the end, and should have been the end of the post-credits phenomenon. Actually, maybe it should have been the end of superhero movies altogether. But superhero movies are continuing on, like some zombie belief that will not die. If they must continue, spare us the post-credits scenes. They stopped being fun in 2014, and after spending 2 hours sitting through a disaster like Captain Marvel, we all have better things to do. Thanks for sticking around for this video. Join me in complaining in the comments, or use them to complain about me. Complaining is why YouTube comments exist, after all. And don't forget to subscribe. Not all our videos are this cranky. Only the best ones. This has been Giant Freakin' Robot.